Hello everyone. Today our topic is Sysinternals, which is also part of the cyber forensic investigation. Before we are going into the Sysinternals, first we'll let you know about the cyber forensics. So what is cyber forensic? So cyber forensics is a process of extracting data as proof for a crime. So which may involve electronic devices also, while following proper investigation rules to nab the culprit by presenting the evidence to the court. And basically, this cyber forensics is also known as a computer forensic. The main aim of the cyber forensic is to maintain the thread of evidence and documentation to find out who did the crime digitally. And the cyber forensics can do the following: it can recover deleted files, chat logs, emails, deleted SMS, and phone calls, while it can get recorded audio of a phone also, and it can determine whether which user used which system and for how much of timing he used the system also, and it can easily identify which user can run which program. So this is what the cyber forensics is. And now we'll go to the sysinternals. So what is basically Microsoft sysinternals? Sysinternals is a free set of cybersecurity tools of Windows which can use it to manage and mainly use it to assist the in administration, monitoring, and many other tasks on Windows environment. And it was freeware of comprising over 70 plus free tools available in the sys internals, and it was recently developed by Mark Resnovic and Bryce Cogwell at Internal Software. Later it was acquired by the Microsoft in 2006, and it was renamed to sys internals, and it is available for downloads at Microsoft TechNet website. And it is simple yet powerful security tool. And like I said, this internals has over 70 plus tools. Unfortunately, we cannot cover all of them in a single video. So what I have done is I have gathered a list of must known tools, and we'll be covering them in detail in the next few slides. I will go over the theoretical section and explain what the tools are, and later on we'll practically see on a Windows system how can do these tools. And the first one here is Process Explorer, and process monitor, system monitor, auto runs, and process execution, TCP view, process lockdown, and process logon sessions, as delete, sign checks, and streams. First one is the Process Explorer. Provides a detailed information about the workings of an application in a Windows environment, and which makes you is a it's a Process Explorer is a free Windows task manager and system monitoring tool that detail which program is a user system and have a specific file or a directory of open, and it which makes use to process and handles the threads and DLLs, view security privileges assigned to the process, and check the process hash or virus tools. And it's also called as alternative of Windows Task Manager. And can anyone may download the utility for free from Microsoft. And the next one is a process monitor. You can simply call it as prosmon. It is a system-wide monitoring tool which can be useful to capture the real-time file systems registry and process activity on a system, and which may basically use for process and also the image paths, command lines, users, and session IDs also, much more. And it's excellent for troubleshooting, dynamic malware detection analysis. What are the other authors which were entered into our system, which we use to find out that type of troubleshooting and malware hunting in our system. And next one is a system monitor, and we can say this is advanced version of the process monitor which we studied before, and it is also as an identity of identify the malwares. Yes, we studied in the before thing in the same way. It will identify the malwares entered into a system and return instructions, breaches within a network, what happens, and registered as a system service and a device driver, which we can call as the boot start of a system. A new channel is created here for a system monitor. It will be the under applications and the service logs. Forward events to centralized logging system for better monitoring also. And the next one is Autoruns. What is autoruns? So in the name itself, it says that the system starts automatically or the application. So find all auto start applications or services in a Windows environment. This is a type of a tool which we use in system internals, and optional features to hide like sign-ins and Microsoft AutoSort binaries, and which allows to deletion of entries along with an option to disable them. So this is a basic use of a thing we use in auto runs. And the next one is process execution. So process execution, which is nothing but remote execution utility, and its ability to launch interact command prompts and execute programs also. A favorite for many thread groups as well. It was basically used by all other threadwares and requires a service message block, file, and print sharing and other admin share on remote system. Here you can see some example code of a process execution. What's the user login and password, IP configuration. This will return the output of a IP configuration of the specific host if the permissions are which are granted. For them only it will allow. And the next one is a TCP view. So basically TCP comes under the, it is basically nothing but a transmission control protocol which will happens in the network layer and the 7 layers of OSI. So it will enumerate all TCP and UDP. UDP is nothing but user datagram protocol. These are the endpoints on a workstation in detail, which will give a detailed information of what are the transmission happening in the network, and a conversion almost the same output as a netsted but in a presentable format, and it will close the unrecognized connections from the GUI in the network. And the command line version of this TCP is TCP COM. So this is the command line version in TCP view. And the next one is process lockdown and logon sessions. So basically which will allows user based searching in environment for all logons. And this logon sessions return a list of active logon sessions in the system. And this process logon can helps to identify the local and remote logons resources on the system which are present in active mode. It will make you to detect those devices, and useful in forensic investigation to identify active logons. So what I said before on the system. And next one is secure delete. A secure delete is nothing but for example, if any malware activity is done by the some threat actor, he will delete the file what is done, but the it will mark you as a free, but it was not properly deleted. So the forensic tools can still recover the data from that type of file system and ensures the secure deletion of a file by using the sdelete for handling all this type of things, and also utilized by threat actors to wipe malware execution and detailed working available in the Microsoft SDL documentation. Next one is sign check. So it may use basically to find versions, timestamps, and signature details of the files, and which it can also find unsigned files on the file system and submit files to virus total. Here you can see some basic example of a sign check. It's in the form of signcheck.exe, which it's used to search for unsigned files and search them against Wheaties database. And the last one is streams. So what is a stream? Streams are commonly utilized for malware authors to hide suspicious commands. So what are the commands they have to hide from the user what they use? So they use streams. so which can analyze alternate data streams of the files, and it can delete streams for files also. And now we'll see how we install the sysinternals. And firstly you have to download sysinternal site from the Microsoft Store and launch it, and in search box sysinternal site and press enter. I'll show it in practically. Firstly search for sysinternals in your browser, then click on the link what will take you to the site for the internals, and you can see the link which can download this internal site, and just click on that and save it in your computer. Now give the right click on the downloaded sys internal file and extract all things here. And now typically what I do is place it in the program file. So now I'll browse it, go to system PC, check for the program file. So here it is. Create a new file called sysinternals. So it has been created in my system. So all the files can be extracted. See here you can see all tools available in the sysinternals. While in behalf of this extraction, we'll go to the environment available. Yeah. Now we'll go to the environment variable. Go to the path. So we already created the path here. Okay. Now I select any one of the file here. I'll take this inside. So I copy this address, go to environment variable, path, edit, paste it here. Okay. So once you install all the files, here you can see the tools of the ACC internals. Now you can go to any command prompt. Now you can type the any type of tool here to execute. So basically I'll type the process execution. So these are the EULA license to accept the agreement, and you can access the tools in the particular directory what we have installed in the Sysinternals. And now which I likes to use the process explorer. So I'll use the process explorer here. So it will take a time to load, and here we can see all type of details about the various processes in your system. You can see the particularly the see the services of the execution, memory compression, and different type of processes happens in your system. Okay, now I want to execute the files tools of different things what are in here. So I'll do the access chk. Let me check. It is, what is it? It is access, yeah, add explorer, no? Or else I'll check this. Let me check it again. Access chk, yeah. See, these are the agreements it will license. So we can see that a user's group of names of access chk will report effective permission for the amount. So what are the approvals it was provided by the system, so it can define. So in the same way, what are the tools you have to check in the check used in the sysinternals, it can be easily determined in the command prompt in the same way. So see here, as before we executed the process execution, what are the types of processes we used in our system and how it access. So in the same way you can execute all the tools in the command prompt using the sysinternals. So today we learned the various different types of tools used in the Microsoft sysinternals. I will meet you in the next video with other session.